welcome to this week's preview review video for EDUC 235. I'm coming to you this afternoon from high above Benedetti Worley Stadium. I picked this place only because I was at the office this afternoon doing some work, and I thought that might be kind of fun to go up to the fourth floor of the stadium and do the video from the press box. So let's do a quick review of what you looked at this week in EDUC 235. This past week, you did a lot with digital audio and the notion of podcasts, that idea of iPods and broadcasting all together. Of course, Apple and iPods don't have a market lock on the notion of a podcast or digital audio, so I hope that you've found a way to use some digital audio in both your personal and your professional life. I used to do a podcast just about every week, but I got out of the habit of doing that as I moved more into academic administration and more into working with teacher preparation programs from the administrative side. Back when I was doing a lot of full-time teaching, I would do a weekly podcast for my students, very similar to these videos that I'm doing for you every week. And one way that I've used podcasting and digital audio in my personal life, I have some old cassette tape recordings of my grandparents from the 60s and 70s and 80s sitting around, well, no, not the 80s, sitting around the table telling stories about their childhood. And I was able to take those cassette tapes and digitize them, get them into an audio form that's now permanent. They will forever be captured, their voices. And I can go online and I can send the links to the online audio files to my family, and they can listen to those stories of our grandparents sitting around the table, and to listen to them laugh at themselves. It's actually a really fun little way to spend some time. So hopefully you'll figure out some ways to use digital audio for your classes. You know, just think about the power of you being able to record a story for your students that you want them to read. And you've got a struggling reader in your class. So you record the story, your voice, reading the story, and the student can follow along with the text as you read the story out loud to them. You can have a whole library of these built up as you record and record and record time and time and time again. So let's preview this coming week. And this is going to be a busy week, but it's one of my favorite weeks because we're getting into digital audio. Sorry, we just covered digital audio. We're getting into digital video and digital photography. Your first project of the week is going to be a collection of digital images, just still pictures that you take with your cell phone or with a point-and-shoot digital camera that you might have. The trick to this is to make sure that you absolutely watch those videos and resources that I've posted on how to get really good digital pictures. Most of us just grab our phone, hit the button, and we've got the picture. But with just a little bit of forethought, you're going to get much better pictures, and you're going to be, as I put in the notes, the envy of all your friends. You're going to pick a theme. You're going to pick a theme around a content that you're going to teach someday. So think about the area as I look out over the DuPage River as it runs behind the stadium here, and all the trees that are soon going to turn for the fall season. Think about the content that you're going to teach and the area in which you live, and what can you go take pictures of that's going to meet a content need that you have. Maybe you decide one afternoon this week, when we're going to have another week of gorgeous weather, maybe you decide to go to Cantini Park up in Wheaton, where you can study about World War I and World War II in the museum and on the grounds, where there are lots of flowers. Maybe this is the week you go to the Morton Arboretum and take pictures of plants for use in your classroom when you're teaching science. Maybe this is the week where you do all of the historical sites that are commemorated in statues along the Riverwalk here in Naperville. There are lots of things that you can do. You just have to think about the content that you're going to teach someday and go from there. And you can just hear maybe in the background that the water fountain compressor just came on. So hopefully that's not too annoying. You're going to have to post those pictures somewhere. I would use my week one website, create a new page, put those pictures up there, and then I would put captions. And the key, describe how those pictures meet the content that you're trying to teach. That's the key to this assignment. photos, captions, and the captions include discussing the kinds of pictures that you've chosen and how they meet that content. Then we move on to digital video, and most of you have a really powerful video camera right here in your cell phone, and you're going to get to use it this week. Only this week and this project, no content worries. I'm not worried about what you video record with your phone or with the camera that you choose to do your video recording. I don't care about content this week. Keep it clean. I don't care about content this week. Rather, I'm concerned more about you learning some digital video editing processes. I've got a whole bunch of links to training and software. If you're a Mac user, you've already got iMovie ready to go, but there's some other things that you can do online. Lots and lots of choices for you to pick from. Then you're going to take some video clips, 3, 4, 5 different clips. Maybe it's just you standing in 5 different places for 10 seconds, 20 seconds for each clip, saying, this is video clip number 1. And you say something. And then this is video clip number 2. And you move to another place and you get video clip 3, 4, and 5. 10, 12 seconds each. It really doesn't matter about the video content. It's getting into editing that video that this week is all about. Because what I want you to do is take those video clips, stitch them together into one video, and you've got to add a title. Now, whether you put that title over the screen, over the video, or whether you put that title over a dark screen, a colored background, doesn't matter to me. I'm going to throw some samples in here in just a second so that you can see what I'm talking about. Once my discussion of the week is over, I'll throw some samples in so you know what I'm talking about with a title over video, a title over a plain colored background. We want some subtitles. Put those subtitles down at the bottom here, kind of like you see on the news with the chyron running across the bottom. And then we want some transitions, and I'll show you some examples of those as well. Transitions are when we move from one video clip to the next, but we don't have just an abrupt switch of the clip. We put a transition between the two. Maybe it fades to black and fades from black. Or maybe it's a cross dissolve. One clip goes very blurry and the other one starts blurry and comes into focus. So we want a title, some subtitles, transitions between multiple clips. Those are the 3 goals for this particular project that you're working on. But then we're going to go one step further, and I'm going to have you get a YouTube account where you can post this video on YouTube so that you can send the link to anybody. Of course, after this class is over, you might decide to take that link down, and that's fine, but you're going to leave it up there as long as you're in this class. So a YouTube account where you can post the video. Maybe you go to TeacherTube and get an account there, and you post the video on that system. Vimeo is another one, though Vimeo is a little bit picky, and I don't want you to spend any money. I think you can do it with the free version, but I'm here to tell you that YouTube is a free version that you can work with, and you should be able to post your videos there without any problem. So that's the week's work. A collection of digital photographs around a content theme that you've chosen. Post those photos on a page in your week 1 website. Make sure they have captions, and make sure those captions describe how this photo addresses the content that you're trying to teach. Secondly, you're going to create a digital video for me. No content worries. No, I'm not worried at all about content. This is all about process. I want you to learn how to put titles, how to put subtitles, and how to put transitions between various clips in your video, and then post it to YouTube. So that's the work for the week. Remember, I'm always available on Zoom Tuesday and Thursday mornings from 9 to 11. With one exception this week, I've got a dentist appointment at 8 o'clock on Tuesday morning, and I don't know if I'm going to be back on Zoom by 9 a.m. So I'm going to say I'll be there by 10 o'clock this Tuesday after my dentist appointment. Okay? All right, stay tuned. I'm going to have a video or look elsewhere right below this video, and I'll post a sample for you to see of the kind of video I would expect you'd make for this project this week. Have a great rest of your week.